Hello everybody. So through this session we will discuss our next chapter, that is the book that saved the earth. Actually this is a play which is set in 25th century, in 25th century only, as this is 21st century, so just 4 centuries in the future. And uh, the setting is of museum of ancient history department of the 20th century only. So here the play starts with the speech of a historian only, and the lady first of all wished everybody, and then she welcomed everybody to the museum of ancient history, and she told that the 20th century was called the book era of the book only because there were books for everything, and from ant eaters to jewelers, means on every topic books were available, books were written in 20th century. That's why it was called the era of books only, 20th century. And books taught people everything, how to, why to, where to, when to, means for every query there was talking about given the reason answers in books. That's why the 20th century was called the era of books only. But further, books had done many things on earth, but the strangest of the thing that a book has done for earth, that is, it has saved the earth from an invasion of Mars only. That Martians, the planet, they had tried to invade earth, earthlings only. They wanted to capture earth in 2040 only, and that book has saved the earth. How has that been done, that we will read out in the story. And then you must be thinking that what kind of a book it must be. Was that an encyclopedia, noble encyclopedia, or a book about rockets and missiles, or a book containing secret files from outer space, or what it was? But it was nothing of this sort only. It was something else only, and everybody used to be surprised at the end only. So we will just start reading, and the play starts. It was, the scene shifts from the historian as she was giving the speech only, and now the scene starts. First scene of the play, Mars Space Control, and their great and mighty think tank, who is actually commander in chief, and he just is sitting there. So Noodle comes and he bows in front of him and he wished him. So he just as saluted him. O great and mighty think tank, most powerful and intelligent creature in the whole universe, what are your orders? So actually at this point we come to know that the great mighty think tank, he is not so much great, he is not that much intelligent, but he loves to be appreciated. He wants that he should be praised again and again. He wants that he should be thought to be most important person in the whole universe. That's why he ordered Noodle again to wish him, and he told that irritatingly, he told, you left out part of my salutation, that some words you missed, you did not speak. So repeat the salutation again. Go over the whole thing again. Go over the whole thing again means salute me once again. So Noodle as talking about servant only, or he used to obey his orders. So he said that it should be done, sir. And then in a sing tone manner he said that, oh great and mighty think tank, rulers of Mars and her two moons, most powerful and intelligent creature in the whole universe, what are your orders? So he saluted him again, and then Think Tank felt better. That's better, Noodle, that's better. I wish to be placed in the communication with a manned space probe to that ridiculous little planet where we are going to put our under our control only. So he wants that communication should be made between, connection should be made between the space craft only, which was sent by him to the earth. Now this ridiculous little planet is earth only, which Mars wanted to capture only that time in year 2040. So he want that communication should be made with them. And then he said that what do they call it? He did not remember the name of planet. And Noodle, earth your intelligence. Again he is praising him that, oh intelligent person, sir, this is earth only. So Think Tank, yes, of course, earth only. You see how insignificant, how it is not important. That little planet, it is not important, and that's why I don't remember its name. Something important, my mirror, I wish to consult. And then he asked for his mirror. He used to look into that mirror, and then he used to first of all watch his talking himself also in that mirror. He used to praise himself also, and then he used to ask again and again that who is the most important fellow in the whole universe. So at this time Noodle again, it shall be done, sir, and then he handed over a mirror to Think Tank. So Think Tank asked, mirror, mirror in my hand, who is the most fantastically, intellectually gifted being in the land? Means who is most, talking about fantastic and intellectually means intelligent fellow in the whole universe, he asked. And then from backstage there comes the voices, you sir. But Think Tank now again, he just got irritated because it took a little bit time. So quicker, answer quicker next time. I hate slow mirror. He said that I don't want slow things slow. So whenever I am asking, just speak quickly. At that time, there I am. Are we Martians not handsome race? And then he is watching himself in the mirror. Now talking about, he praises himself that we Martians, we are handsome people. So much attractive than those ugly earthlings. Earthlings, creatures of earth. That creatures of earth, they are ugly. Because why they are ugly? Because they used to have small heads. And these Martians, they used to have large head. So at that point we will just discuss the features of these Martians also. So they used to be with large head and egg shaped. Their head used to be oval shaped, egg shaped head, large also. And this fellow who is commander in chief, great and mighty Think Tank, he has worn a long robe, talking about kind of, and on that there are stars and circles on the dress. So he's sitting there, and Noodle, he is working in the mass space control only. He is controlling all those things just to get contact with the spacecraft which they have sent to the earth. Now so he appreciates himself, and then he suggested Noodle that he should keep on exercising his mind, so that someday his Noodle's mind also will be big, like balloon size of his only. So Noodle said, oh, I hope so, mighty Think Tank, I hope so that my head also will be someday like you, large and big. So Noodle now, Think Tank said that now contact the space probe, contact the spacecraft which they have sent to the earth. I want to invade, I want to attack earth. that primitive ball of mud, primitive, very unimportant ball of mud, which is earth only, called earth before lunch. That before lunch only I want to capture that small little earth planet. Noodle, now it shall be done, sir. And then he adjusts the level on the switchboard just to get contact with the spacecraft which they have sent to the earth. At this hour, scene 1 finishes and scene 2 starts. Now when second scene opens, we saw that one place is Mars space control, and second is that there are 3 Martians, those who have been sent from Mars to Earth only, and these are first of all Captain Omega, Lieutenant Iota, and Sergeant Oop. So these 3 have been sent and they have reached in a library only on Earth. So when they got in contact from Mars, they saw that Captain Omega is standing at the center and he is just counting and the cards only, these library cards, in a confused manner. He is confused what these things are. Other than Lieutenant Iota is at the left side, he is counting the books, how many books are there in the library. And Sergeant Oop is just at the right only. He is just opening the book and closing it and turning it upside and then sometimes shaking it also. So all they are totally confused that what these things are. They don't know that what books are, what are the purpose of books. They don't know anything about Earth. So they all are totally confused. And at that point, Noodle used to say that, sir, I have a close sighting of the space crew, means the people, Martians, those we have sent, we have got contact with them and I can see them, sir. So Think Tank puts a large goggle and then he asked, they seem to have entered some sort of earth structure, some kind of a building only. So Think Tank said, excellent, make voice contact with them. So Noodle tried to contact these Martians, those who have reached on Earth in the library. On the microphone he speaks, Mars Space Control calling the crew of Probe 1. Probe 1, the spacecraft which was sent to Earth only. And this is Captain Omega, give us your location. Tell about your location, where are you? So Omega now speaking in a disc only, kind of a disc is there in his neck only. Her neck only. So Captain Omega to Mars control, space control. Lieutenant Iota, Sergeant Oop and I have arrived on Earth without incident, without any problem, without any problem. And we have taken shelter in this something is there, square kind of structure is there. They don't know that it is called room or something. So have you any idea? Further, Omega asked Noodle that if he had any idea what this is, and talking about she asked Lieutenant Iota also that tell what actually this is called, where they have been reached, because Noodle is asking for the location. So Iota said that he couldn't figure that out. He said, Captain, I couldn't figure it out, and then I have counted 2000 of these peculiar items, peculiar, strange. Now he's saying 2 books that these are strange things, and I have counted more than 2000 in this place, and I don't know what these are actually. And this place must be some sort of storage place only, where rough and dirty things are, useless things are thrown only. This is some kind of storage place only. And further he asked Sergeant Oop only what did he think about that. So Oop also said that he also did not have any clue about that, and he said that he had been to 7 galaxies. He has visited 7 galaxies, but he had never seen such a thing like these which they were counting there. and they may be hats only. So further he said that, further Oop said that these must be some kind of hats only. He put that on his head and then said that it must be, this place must be some kind of haberdashery. Haberdashery where it's a shop only where small things like buttons and pins, all these things are to be sold. So he said that it is some kind of haberdashery. So Omega also said that perhaps the great and mighty think tank will tell us, benefit us with the thought on this matter. Think tank will tell. He is the most intelligent fellow in the whole universe. So he should tell only what actually this place is called. So think tank now, he said that elementary, my dear Omega, hold one of those items so that I may view it closely. So he said that hold it up and show me what these things are like. So he hold those books up and think tank watches that. So he said, yes, I understand now. Earthlings are such creatures, those who used to always eat and eat and eat only. So these things, undoubtedly this place is some kind of refreshment place where they used to eat only. And so Omega said that, he says we are in a refreshment place where things are to be eatables are there. So Oop also, Earthlings certainly have a strange diet because they were in a place where books and books were only. So Oop said that Earthlings must have a very strange kind of a diet. So further think tank said that item is called sandwich only. So all of them, Omega, Iota and Oop, they were saying a sandwich? Is it a sandwich only? So think tank told that sandwiches are the main food of Earthlings. That Earthlings used to have sandwiches only. They used to eat sandwiches only. And look it carefully. It must be that there are two slices only, and between them there will be some filling only. So all of them also just, it says that it is called bread only, and inside that there will be some kind of filling. So Omega said that is correct, sir. There are two talking about breads, and inside that some filling is there. So think tank said that to confirm my opinion, I order you to eat it. So Omega said that eat it, because he did not find that something like eatable. So think tank said that, do you doubt my order, and do you doubt the orders of mighty think tank, great and great mighty think tank? So Omega said, no sir, I don't doubt, but poor Lieutenant Iota has not her breakfast. So he ordered Lieutenant Iota that I order you to eat this sandwich only. So Iota also looked dubiously. Eat this, oh Captain, it's a very great honor to be the first Martian to eat a sandwich. But how can I be so impolite, disgraceful, that to eat before my sergeant? So he handed over the book to Sergeant Oop and ordered to eat the sandwich immediately. So this is our first part of video lecture. We will continue the play in our second video lecture only. Thank you.